Question number 4, Carmel Sepuloni.
To the Minister for Social Development, does she stand by her statement about the Privacy Commissioner that, quote, "we will listen to any recommendations that he has to make," end quote, about feedback on her government's approach to private client data collection from social services?
The Honourable Tolley.
Mr. Speaker, yes.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Carmel Sepuloni.
How can she say she is listening when this morning on Radio New Zealand she said, quote, "there's no proof that people will not seek help if they have to give their name," end quote, despite the Privacy Commissioner clearly stating data sharing, quote, "could impede vulnerable people's access to much needed services and worsen already difficult circumstances," end quote, and one organisation reporting that not one of the 17 male survivors of sexual abuse they were working with would seek support if they knew the data was going to be shared?
The Honourable Tolley.
Well, Mr. Speaker, because the Privacy Commissioner's comment was could. And in my discussions with the Privacy Commissioner, he did not have any proof that people would not seek help. It is an assumption that they won't seek help.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Carmel Sepuloni.
How can she expect New Zealanders to have confidence in her ministry's client data sharing approach when 2 days ago her IT portal for storing this data had to be shut down because it was compromised? She said this morning she had no confidence in the system, and her ministry has an abysmal track record for breaches of private client information.
Good question. The
Well,
Honourable
Mr. Speaker,
Tolley.
firstly I would say that MSD deals with over 1 million New Zealanders and does not have an appalling track record. In fact, it has. That's not to say it hasn't had breaches, but it has a very good record of protecting over 1 million New Zealanders' information. But secondly, I would say to that member, I can't. The reason I shut the portal down was because I'm not confident in it, and therefore no New Zealander can be confident in it.
Oh. Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Carmel Sepuloni.
Does she really think she has the confidence of social service providers and vulnerable people seeking support from these social services, given the data security breach and findings of the Privacy Commissioner that have come to light in the past 72 hours?
The Honourable Tolley.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I think it's very dangerous to link the two. First of all, the data collection will continue, but there will be no information uploaded until I am convinced, and the Privacy Commissioner is convinced, that we have a system that is secure. That's the responsible thing to do. However, when we talk about vulnerable New Zealanders, what they want is to be able to get access to these services that the taxpayer funds on their behalf. And that's why we need the client data to ensure that all the vulnerable New Zealand families and children are accessing the services that the government is providing.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Carmel Sepuloni.
Shouldn't the Minister have made sure that the system for storing that information was secure before she pushed ahead with her government's data collection and sharing agenda?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Tolley.
Mr. Speaker, I have said in this House and I've said outside this House, we will not be uploading any data until I can be assured, and I can assure New Zealanders that the system that collects and holds the data is secure.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Carmel Sepuloni.
Will she admit that the government's social investment approach was never about investing in people, but about saving money in the short term by underfunding social services and putting up barriers to people accessing support? And will she acknowledge that this approach has long-term cost repercussions?
The Honourable Tolley.
Well, Mr. Speaker, far be it from that member ever to describe social investment, because it is quite the reverse. The whole social investment approach is by investing earlier and more effectively, and so that you get better long-term outcomes for people, and that always costs more.
Question number 5, Jan Logie.